we'll get started off. So it's 64. Let's get started off. Would
Yes.
anyone like to chant Loka number 64, please? Archana ji or Laju ji, would you like to chant?
Yes, brother. Yes. Anivartee Nivrittatma Samkshepta Kshemakricchivah Srivatsavakshah Srivaasah Sripatih Srimataam varah. Was I audible?
It was choppy, but I think you did the whole thing. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Right. So, Nivarti. What is Nivarti and Anivarti? Right. Again, lot of meanings for Anivarti. What is Anivarti? He does not turn away those who want to come back to this world. Not everybody wants moksha, right? Somebody says, next birth I want to be king. Next birth, at least Bhagwan should give me so and so. So people ask, right? So he who does not turn away from his battles with asuras. Have you ever seen either Bhagwan Rama or Sri Krishna running away from battle with asuras? Right? So Sri Krishna, even though he's called Ranchhed, it was a tactical retreat to Dwaraka. That is, he took the whole his whole community and retransplanted himself to Dwaraka. He who does not turn away from dharma under any circumstance. So, best example is Bhagwan Sri Rama. If you look at normal real life, that is what the difference between avatar Purushas and us is, right? If somebody's father comes and says that, you should, I have given my word to your mother, and that too, it is not your own natural mother also, that you should go away to the forest for 14 years. Everybody will say, what foolishness is this? I mean, what is this that I'm expected to do? You have given your word, it is your problem, you deal with it. Whereas he said, no, my father has given a word and therefore I have to, it is my dharma to sort of go ahead and fulfill my dharma. So he went. So, if we talk about dharma, then Sita Devi, what we will say. If you look at Valmiki Ramayana, we see how strong, Sita Devi actually is. It is not, she is very beautiful, etc., etc. But apart from that, she is very, logical and very sharp and very aggressive also. So when Bhagwan Sri Rama comes and says, I am going to go to the forest, she says, I am your other half, I will also come to the forest. So Bhagwan Sri Rama tells a lot of things, very beautiful shlokas. I think I would suggest everybody to go back and read it. So ultimately, she convinces Bhagwan Sri Rama by saying that, one astrologer has told that, I will also spend most of my life in the forest, and 14 years is a very good period of time. So I will also come to the Vanavasa with you. So finally, Bhagwan Sri Rama agrees and they all go, right? So coming back to Vishnu Sahasra is that he does not turn away from dharma under any circumstance. Under any circumstance, they do not say that, they do not give excuses. Bhagavad Gita also says you should do your own dharma. Better to do your own dharma and perish rather than trying to do someone else's dharma. Right? So these are a nivarti. So nivartana means what? Returning, turning back, etc., etc., causing to return. These are the different meanings of nivartana. That the in Sanskrit, if you put, that becomes opposite. So becomes a nivarti. So this was Sri Bhattara actually says something very interesting. He says, those who are attached to this pravriti dharma, Bhagavan does not let them turn away from samsara. Which means that if we are very much attached to the material world, right? So the Brahma Sutras always say, now that you are born a human being, should you not wonder about why you are born? That is a hook of the Brahma Sutras. So we are having a very good audience here. What is the importance of Brahma Sutras for all of us? As Sanatana Dharmis, what is the importance of Brahma Sutras? Anyone? Am I audible?
Yes, brother, you are audible.
Okay, so any answers to the question, please? Why do you think Brahma Sutras are important? So Brahma Sutras are the Prasthanatraya. Prasthanatraya are the three key documents for Sanatana Dharma. One is Brahma Sutra, next is Bhagavad Gita, and third are the Upanishads. These are the ones which form the substantial spiritual meaning and adhyatmic bedrock of Hinduism, right? The Prasthanatraya is a term which is coined by our Adi Shankara Bhagavad-pada, which says that, out of it's like if Hinduism is like a three-legged stool, there are three legs to it. One is Bhagavad Gita, one is Brahma Sutra, and third is our various Upanishads. So why I'm saying that the Brahma Sutra also says the same thing, that if you are very much worldly things, you will not, Bhagavan will not let you turn away from samsara till we have, all our previous karmas, etc. to fulfill. We will never be able to get rid of it, right? So again, Sri Bhagavad Pada, he gives two interpretations for this one. He says that, again, as we saw that, right, the two things we covered, that he never turns away in his battles with Asuras, right, Bhagavan Sri Rama. And next is he devoted to Dharma, he never turns away from it. That is two things he gives. Also, Vasishtha, he says that, Bhagavan's creations are such that they do not attribute till the end of creation until Pralaya. So I think our sir, Pralaya in a lot of things.
Yeah, no,
So
no,
who
you
would like
just
to-
say, you said what you said actually, the until Pralaya, what? It will not be there.
Bhagavan's creations are such that they will not lose their attributes till the end of creation. What is the end of creation? Pralaya.
Yeah.
Na nivrittitum shlam asyati anivritti. That is what your Satyadeva Vasishtha says. So basically it says, all of us, 99% of us will be in the same cycle of endless rebirth till the Pralaya comes. So question to
Yes.
everyone is, what is Pralaya and who all gets wiped out and who all do not get wiped out in Pralaya?
Yeah. Okay. So you are asking question because as per my understanding, so in Hiranyagarbha, right? So which is completely from 1 to 14 lokas has been created in Maya along with the Maya, Yoga Maya with Narayana. So these all are material universe. So in Pralaya, material universe all will be gone. 1/4 of which is creation as per Purusukta. So even Brahmaji and Indra also they are going to lose the position and they will go out.
Yeah, even
Yeah.
Brahma will be gone. Devi will be left and some other energies will be.
Yeah, Devi and Kameshwari will be left, but Vishnu will be there. But Brahmaji and consorts, because if Mahasaraswati is beyond the Brahma Loka, then she will be survived there. She will be there. Those are Maha will be surviving. Okay, that's what I know.
Okay, thank you.
Mm.
Nivrittatma. Nivrittatma is what? Nivritta Atma. One whose nature is superior to other things. Who is the Atma? Who is the embodiment of all those people who practice the Nivritti Dharma? What is Nivritti Dharma? That nature that is free from the bonds of samsara. That is Nivrittatma. So, if you are evolved and you are given away all your sense of attachment, etc., you will be in a state of Nivrittatma. So let us think about this thing. Now we are saying that one's Atma is superior to other Atma. So we are comparing that Bhagavan does not have any material attachments. He does not think about ice cream or gulab jamun or any other sweets in the way, or any other tasty foods in the way that we do. So he is above all these things. Right? So Bhagavan is the Atma of all those who are doing the Nivritti Dharma. Right? So those souls who are saying that, we are devoted only to Bhagavan, etc., they are not interested in any fruit coming of their action except the bhagyam of doing kainkariam to them, right? So Bhagavan gives them exactly that. Whereas he gives, his lokam from which there is no return to samsara. So Nivrittatma. Next is Samkshepta. Samkshepta is pretty interesting one. So if you look at Samkshepta, we will say that it is very sort of limits. Samkshepta is like, there are a lot of limits to this
Is
thing.
it a summary?
You can say that Samkshepta is not exactly summary. That is, he constrains the limits of the field of light of knowledge, right? So let us say the universe is always expanding. If you look at physics and you look at Big Bang theory, the universe is always expanding outwards in all directions at a rate of something like 7 kilometers per second, right? It is expanding. But at the time of Pralaya, the whole universe will again collapse into a very, very subtle state. It will become very contracted. So physicists say that it becomes a dark matter. It becomes like a dark matter, dark hole, right? It's a collapsed star, etc., etc. And Bhagavan also says that, Samkshepta is one who minimizes the misfortune of the devotees. Who minimizes the misfortune of devotees? Bhagavan. So he's called Samkshepta. Samkshepta, if you want to translate it, it says it means shortened, contracted, etc., etc. Right? So these are the various meanings which is given to Samkshepta. So we can also understand that, we are basically Bhagavan, who we always think of Bhagavan will never abandon them, his devotees, right? The more we are involved in the worldly life, right? It says that more and more we are involved in worldly life, the more we are a Samkshepta, we are contracting our knowledge of Bhagavan, right? So that is what Adi Shankara Bhagavad Pada also says, Samkshepta. Kshemakricchivah. Kshema is what? What is good for you, right? Krit is, it is like the act of doing and the act of protection, what has been acquired by the Bhagavan's devotees. So basically, Ramanujacharya says that he who protects is the name of Bhagavan. Kshemakricchivah. So Om Kshemakricchivah Namaha. So one who protects what he has been acquired by the devotees, right? That is called protection. So Kshema. So Bhagavan will give yogams to us. If you look at all of our yogas in our horoscope, where somebody will have Raja Yoga, somebody will have Gajakesari Yoga, somebody will have Sannyasa Yoga. So all these are yogas have been given by Bhagavan in the form of, and if you are having, they will also have moksham. There is a particular yoga which leads people to build temples, right? So if you have that in the yoga, you will see that those people will be very great philanthropists and they will be building temples for wherever they are, right? So the Kshemam, what is the Kshemam that we are talking about? The Kshemam, what we are talking about is moksha here, right? That is what it is. So let us say that as long as, a child is in a mother's womb, the mother will care for it, etc., etc. Even after the child is born, the mothers will always, the difference between mothers and fathers is, mothers will always go out of their way to protect the children. Fathers will do it, but it is to a certain extent. They will say, oh yeah, things will work out. That is what the difference is. So the way to understand this is, Bhagavan looks after his devotees like a mother will look after their children, their own children. The way Bhagavan looks at it, that is what is going to be happening. Any questions so far? No response today, so I don't know.
Yeah, many people going many places, so busy. Okay.
That's okay. Shiva. Next is Shiva. We already know what is Shiva. Shiva is one who gives auspicious things to his devotees. Shiva is somebody whom we meditate on, that we will get purified. He is a person on which the whole universe will rest at the time of Pralaya. And Shiva and Vishnu, we already know the meaning is who resides in everything and everywhere. So in Mahabharata, Sri Bhattara says Shivo Shivanam Ashivo Ashivanam. That is, he does good for the good and bad for the bad. Right. So Vishnu Puranam also says Samsara Moksha Siddhi Bandha Hetuhu. So which means that he is a cause of bondage also for the release for it. So pretty much is that idea which is getting emphasized in the shloka is that whatever Bhagwan does is for your own good. At that time, you will not understand what is a good. Something bad happens. We will say why this has happened. But it is for our own good, and he does whatever we deserve based on our previous prarabdha karma. Sri Shankara Bhattarapada, Sri Shankara, our Bhagavad Pada, Adi Shankaracharya, he says that he is Shiva because he purifies everyone by the mere remembrance of his name. That is what he is saying. So here, there are again, so again, we looked at this where, when the pralaya happens, right, who will take the whole, in whom the whole universe will rest at the time of pralaya, that is Shiva, right? So, Sete Sarvam Jagat Pralaya Velayam Yasmin Iti Shivaha, which means that when the pralaya happens, it is Bhagwan Shiva who will be supporting everything. Everybody will take sort of refuge in Bhagwan Shiva. Okay, so that is Shiva. So one thing to remember is when we look at Shiva, it is like we are having a purification of mind, and Bhagwan, once you think of Shiva, things will become okay. Srivatsavakshah, that he has a Srivatsa mole on his chest. That is, we say Om Srivatsavakshase Namaha. So basically what happens, so when who is having the Srivatsa? Srivatsa is basically the unique sign of the Lakshmi Vallavan. Who is Lakshmi always will be only with Bhagwan, right? So Bhagwan Vishnu also bears the whole world, right, etc., etc. Last 2-3 classes back, we looked at different weapons and what are the different weapons, what is their interpretation spiritually, etc. Same thing, it applies here also. So we all know about Kaustubhamani, right? Kaustubhamani is in Srimad Bhagavatam. The Srivatsa mark on Bhagwan Vishnu is reflected as the reflection of the Kaustubha, right? That is, Kaustubha is our Mahalakshmi, right? So there is a story of Bhrigu Maharshi. Has anybody heard about the story of Bhrigu Maharshi, please?
I think, brother, he kicked his, for Vishnu's heart, right? Is that one?
Yes, correct. That is correct. Can you please tell the story, sir?
No, I don't remember. I can tell what I know, okay?
Yes, sir, please.
Bhrigu is Daksha's son-in-law also, okay? And he is a very great sage like Kashyapa and all. And he has access to even Vaikuntha Loka. Forget about all the Brahma Loka and all until on top, but he can go even beyond this material universe, that he can reach to Vaikuntha Loka. Okay, then, but when he went there and his security guards did not allow him to go in, because, and he asked, he said that I want to meet Narayana immediately. But they did not allow him because he said that now Lord Narayana is with Lakshmi in his personal, the room. I mean, he's discussing whatever. But then Bhrigu, he pushed them both security guards, and he went inside without, telling Narayana that he is coming inside. And he went inside. The moment he go inside, he see that he angry, that he say that you are enjoying with Lakshmi ji, and a lot of things are happening and you don't know anything, like he is scolding Narayana. And Narayana was like, really, he gave a lot of respect to, Bhrigu. And he know that, because why he's angry, because Bhrigu had in his, I don't know what is the reason, that eye is there, his padam in having one eye, very it may be third eye, maybe, I'm not sure, but that eye has came out in his legs. He knows that. Then he said, no, Bhrigu told that Lakshmi is, giving you pada sevana, I mean, all that. So that's why you are just sleeping and enjoying this situation. Then Narayan immediately told that, sorry, Maharaj, you please come and sit here. I will do your pada sevana. That's what he said. And he slowly, he is touching his feet, and slowly, without his knowledge, he to remove that eye from his leg. You explain that, brother Girish, what exactly that eye means. That eye he removes from the leg. After that eye, he lost his all anger and all, and even he lost the access to the Vaikuntha Loka also. That's what I understand. Yeah, you can
So the
explain
mark
what.
of sage Bhragu's foot on Mahavishnu,
Uh-huh.
right? Because I mean, if you look at Chinmayananda, Sri Chinmayananda's version of the story,
Uh-huh.
so Bhrigu Maharshi was testing who amongst Shiva, Vishnu, Brahma, who is the superior one, and he first went and kicked Lord Vishnu on his chest, right?
Uh-huh.
So Bhagwan actually then Bhagwan is actually he does not get angry enough. So he says Srimad Bhagavatam, right? I think 10 to 89, it actually tells. Bhagwan says that Mahalakshmi will therefore reside in his Vakshasthalam because it has not been purified
Correct.
by the sage's foot.
Hmm.
So Sri Chinmayananda's interpretation is that Srivatsa mark itself is a mark of Sri on his chest, right? So he says now that somebody has come and told I am going to wear the mark, and that is why if you look at the next sloka, right? Srivatsavakshah, Srivaasah, Srinidhi, Srimataam, varah. So that the next sloka is all about that only.
Hmm.
So Srivatsam mark on Bhagwan's chest is the representation of Pradhana, that is the whole world being supported as he being Sri Vallabhan, right? Who is going to be the reflection of Kaustuba that Bhagwan wears, and how he values as devotees. So, that is what it is.
Hmm.
So, same next line is also the same thing. Srivaasah. So, what is Srivaasah? Where Bhagwan, where our Mata Sri Lakshmi lives. Om Srivaasya Namaha. So, that is our Bhagwan Lakshmi is actually Achala, as we discussed. This she will not remain in one place. Unless Bhagwan Vishnu is there, she will not be there. If place is dirty, she will not. She will leave the place very, very fast. She will not this thing, right? So
Hmm.
Srimad Ramayana Yuddha Kandam, there is Bhagwan is being referred to as Nitya Shrihi. So what is Nitya Shrihi? It is like he is like the garden which is composed of Kalpaka trees, and she is Kalpakavalli, who freely roams around as she pleases in the Kalpakavalli garden. That is what Yuddha Kandam in Srimad Ramayana says, right? So that is on Sri Devi, that is whom, sort of always. So the whole thing is again. So if you look at different kinds of wealth, basically the classification is Sri, Kirti, Aishwarya, Jnana, Virya, and the Vairagya, right? So Bhagavan is basically who is Bhagavan? Bhagavan is a person who is having all these 6 kinds of wealth. So if let us say we ask of some person having some of these, we say, oh, he has been with Lakshmi Kataksham. What is Lakshmi Kataksham? That is, our mother, our Devi has blessed him with a Kataksha. That is Lakshmi Kataksham. That is, he is always having everything. So what it is not about Lakshmi or how different types of wealth. Key summary is that the purpose of life correctly lived is meditation on Bhagavan and association will lead to acquiring these traits. That's all. Sripatih, same thing. Om Sripatavaye Namaha. That is, Bhagavan is the suitable consort of Lakshmi in all the incarnations. She accompanies him wherever form he takes in his incarnation. Right? So pretty much. Even Ramanujam in his Divya Prabandham also, he also liberally quotes about this, right? So, Adi Shankara Bhagavad he says, when we were doing this churning of the ocean, right? Mahalakshmi appears in the ocean. She chooses Mahavishnu as her consort. So, why does she do this? That is because Sri means supreme conscious cosmic power and Bhagavan is the master of this power. That is why he is also called Sripatih. That is, Sripatih is consort of Mahalakshmi, and who is the master of supreme cosmic power, etc. etc. Srimatam varah. Srimatam varah means the best amongst. If you know all the Vedas, who are the best amongst the people who know the Vedas? The best amongst those people who are very, very affluent. Right. So the same thing as Lakshmi Kataksham, what we looked at here, right? So I think we did a lot upon Sri and sort of delved into that. Any question from anyone, please, on this shloka, or everybody has gone to sleep?
I think it is fine. It's really good.
Okay, whoever is not sleeping, can they please unmute?
Sairam, everybody unmute, please. If you are listening, you please unmute.
Not sleeping. Hi, Sairam. Listening.
It's very easy to very easy to sleep.
No questions.
Not at all.
No,
Yes,
some people it is daytime. Don't worry. They know. Okay. Thank you very much.
Early morning on this side of the pond.
Okay, very good. Because these explanations, what we are understanding and listening, we need to spread to others. I mean, like our children or our neighbors or someone. That is the purpose. Actually, we have to understand or listen all these ones. This is called as Brahma Yajna. So we are going through all sitting and listening groups, and we are this is really something we have a blessings. We may get more blessings for when we discuss about the gods and transfer the knowledge to someone else. That's what you get blessings from Lord Brahma, because it's Vedas.